it's Silent Film Sunday with Captain Adam and Little Creep. Today's viewing The Wonderful Wizard of Oz from 1910. And now, let's join Captain Adam and Little Creep in the theater. Enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome to Silent Film Sunday. I'm Little Creep. And I'm Captain Adam and welcome to Silent Film Sunday indeed. And we certainly have an interesting film today, don't we, Little Creep? Oh, we sure do. Today, we're going to be watching The Wonderful Wizard of Oz from 1910. Yes, this is going to be great, but first, a little clarification. On the last Silent Film Sunday, we watched Thomas Edison's Frankenstein from 1910. Yes, that film was released in the same year that this one was. So 1910 not only gave us the first Frankenstein on film, but also the first Wizard of Oz on film. Yes, and here's where the clarification comes in. On that episode, I had stated that the Thomas Edison's Frankenstein was the first film adaptation of a book. But as a viewer, most astutely and politely I might add, pointed out, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz here is actually the first film adaptation of a book. But after further research, we find that that's not true either. You see, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz was released March 24th, 1910, and Thomas Edison's Frankenstein was released March 18th, 1910. So Frankenstein wins, but only by a couple of days, and it's so close that we're just going to consider it a tie. So nobody's wrong here, and I certainly appreciate that viewer's input. Yes, we certainly appreciate it, and it's because of that viewer that we're doing this film today, so I certainly hope they're watching. I do too. And with that being said, let's get on with the show. Oh boy, I'm pretty excited for this one. I mean, who doesn't like The Wizard of Oz? Well, I certainly would not want to know them, and as you can see here, there's no title cards, no opening credits. We're getting right into the film. Yes, and we're immediately in a Men Without Hats video. Yeah, a lot of this film, well, in fact, all of this film seems like a fever dream, but that's how silent films were. There was always just something very like pseudo-macabre about them and just unintentionally creepy, just because the way they were shot and how they look, and there's just something very spooky about them. Indeed, there's something rather unsettling about them, and this film is certainly no exception. And the one thing you'll notice right off the bat is that this film is a very, very, very loose adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, this film was made without L. Frank Baum's input. In fact, it doesn't seem like the director really even read the book at all, because right now we're still in Kansas, though you may assume it's Oz because the Scarecrow's there, but in this version, the Scarecrow is in Kansas with Dorothy, as well as these really wacky animals. And there we see the Scarecrow trying to help them hide from the cyclone that's coming. So that's a really strange touch to put in this film. There's Toto there. The Scarecrow grabs the Toto, and they're hiding on a hay bale, perhaps not the best place to hide from a cyclone. Excuse me, that was a haystack, not a hay bale. Oh, excuse me. As you can see here, the effects are rather decent. And what you're going to notice about this film is that the sets are really, really gorgeous. Look at that. That's a great effect. They're all spinning around on the haystack. And you really get the impression that there's a cyclone happening. Yep, there goes the cyclone. And this is really well done, and everything looks really good. And here we are, blown into the land of Oz. And this is where the fever dream thing goes full throttle, and everything from here on out is pretty much insane. Yes, lots of liberties here, and this is where film adaptation should be spelled in all capital letters. Well, apparently this is partly based on a 1902 stage production of The Wizard of Oz, which also takes a lot of liberties as far as adaptations go. And those two animals, if you're wondering who the hell they are, they're from that stage production. They have names. That was Imogene the cow, and this is Hank the mule. Yes, I was wondering about that. And speaking of names, here we see the Wicked Witch make her appearance, but in this she's called Mamba. Yes, Mamba the Witch, a completely made-up character for this. Oh, look, la la la, la la la, la la la. But there's not really any clarification as to why Mamba the Witch was included in this and not the Wicked Witch of the West. You know, it's not to be confused with Mombi, who is a character from the Oz books. And of course, Mombi is represented in the Return to Oz film, though a little bit differently than how she is in the books. Oh, look, there's the wizard. Oh, nice handwriting. Here he's stating that he wants to return home to Omaha, and he's tired of being the king of Oz and all this. And he's stating that he's not really a wizard at all, or at least a really bad one, and that Mamba the witch pretty much has control over him, and he really just wants to go home. And to do that, well, to do that, you got to kill Mamba the witch. Oh, the plot thickens, and again, look at the lovely sets and effects and the costumes. This is a very well done film. Yeah, the backdrop, like the matte paintings, they're very well done. The costumes, like you mentioned, are just really neat. We see Mamba the witch there assailing the wizard, and there's just a bunch of people being really goofy. There she goes on her broom, and and the film itself held up really well, because this looks tremendous. Oh, here's Glenda the Good making her appearance, and this is where things get even more strange and far from the original story. Oh my, look at those trees. That is absolutely nightmarish. Yeah, and again, silent films just had a way of being really, really creepy without really trying to. And I mean, Glinda just looks like she rose from a grave there. That just looked really spooky. And what is the Scarecrow doing? Well, he's trying to scare away the lion. That is apparently the Cowardly Lion. As you can see, he's really upset and crying there. And if anybody noticed, Toto changed into a mutant hell dog to be Dorothy's protector. So yeah, that dog costume there, that is Toto now. And there we see Hank the Mule in the background and Imogene the cow. So yeah, and there they see the wizard's letter, pretty much taking a bounty out on Mamba the witch. And Dorothy, of course, is going to take him up on the offer. There we see in the foreground the Cowardly Lion and Hellhound Toto are now friends, and everybody's friends, and everybody's having a good time. Hank the Mule there, Imogene the cow, and the Scarecrow just being totally vaudevillian. Just great stuff, great costumes, great look. And here we have the Tin Woodsman, which of course is out of sequence, and how Dorothy meets all these crazy people. But I guess by this point in time, who needs facts? I mean, they're just rolling with it. They're just making it up as they go along. It's like a totally wild adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. Great costume there for the Tin Woodsman, or Tin Man, if you'd rather. They're Hellhound Toto freaking out because he's so excited. And there they got the Woodsman working again with the oil can, and he's just having a good old time, marching along. And now he's gonna play a little tune on his fife. Oh yes, it's showtime here, and play he does, and everybody's vibing pretty hard with it. Scarecrow there, freaking out, and they're all doing a little dance number here. I'm not sure what Hank the Mule is doing to the Cowardly Lion, but that's a little disturbing how the camera angle was there. So yeah, they're all now they're doing the Soul Train. They're doing the Soul Train here. Dorothy laying it down. So yeah, this is a very pleasant scene. Yes, it was very entertaining, and as you stated, very vaudevillian. Of course, at this point in time, vaudeville stage shows are still going on, so they're sort of competing with one another as far as that goes, and they decided to end the shenanigans, and now it's time for business. It's time to go hunt a witch. Again, another great set. That house has that face in it. It looks great. I mean, this is a very well done film. I'm not sure what that fellow is. If he's supposed to be a flying monkey, or because he looks like a flying lizard. I can't really tell what it is, but still, just very well done. I'm not sure who that was, but it's okay. Oh, here comes our heroes. Oh dear, it's getting ready to kick off right now. Oh, the witch is onto him. Oh man, it's total bedlam. It's total chaos. It's pandemonium. And I'm not really sure if those apparent henchmen of the witch are supposed to be the Winkies or not. And here we see that Dorothy learns a fatal flaw in witch biology. Yep, the Achilles heel of the Wicked Witch, even though it's not the Wicked Witch, I guess, is observed here, and we see her completely devastated by water, and now she's just a pile of liquid crap. A very nice dungeon set there as the Tin Man and Scarecrow work to release their friends. And here we go. The mission is complete. And she has the witch's cap, which I believe is what they were trying to collect. And now they're going back to the Emerald City to get the bounty. Well, I suppose they're just going to the Emerald City. They haven't really been there yet, so they're going to the Emerald City. Yet again, another fabulous set. The walls of the Emerald City look great there. What a front door. It's just a really good film. Yeah, it is, and I'm having a really good time here. And it's important to note that this film shouldn't be confused with the 1925 Wizard of Oz silent film. That film is pretty great as well. Yes, it is, and that's the film that stars Oliver Hardy from Laurel and Hardy fame as the Tin Man. It's a great movie, and people shouldn't sleep on that one either, and maybe we'll get to that in the future. And here we see the Scarecrow made king, which is, pretty much just like it is in the book, but that's really about it. This film is very, very loosely based on the book, as you can tell, but like we said, this is based on a 1902 stage production, so I guess it would make more sense if we were to see that, and then this, maybe it is, but still, the fact remains it's based on the book, and it's very, very far from it, but still, it's still very well done. The lion and hell dog Toto were having a little fun with the wizard back there, and now we're going to see the Scarecrow's coronation. Yes, the newly crowned King Scarecrow ascends to the throne, and everything is made well. There we see the wizard hamming it up. Everybody just can't help but ham it up in these films. It's just good to see. They're just a lot of fun. Oh, he disappeared. Chaos erupts, and everyone's very confused. Oh, he didn't disappear after all. There he is. It was just a trick. Yeah, they were reinforcing the character of the wizard as more of a bumbling, campy magician than an actual sorcerer. So, that's pretty spot on to that character. There, look at that. The Scarecrow's drunk already. He's just couldn't help it. Here we see the wizard, or ex-wizard, I should say, preparing to leave in the hot air balloon, just like the story. So that's pretty true to the story. Union rules: no work after 12. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Yes, and they're doing something I think we all do when we get off work. They're doing a little dance, a little dance of glee, and so I think that's pretty appropriate. They're dancing off screen there. It's a good time again. Everybody just hamming it up. And now the wizard, or ex-wizard, is leaving Oz in his balloon. There's some pretty blatant animal abuse going on there. That's always nice to see. Jeez. Look at this. Reel it in, pal. Man. Yeah, again, lots of ham here, and they are, like I said, reinforcing the fact that he is a bumbling magician. And, of course, I wasn't too happy about that, how they treated those rabbits, but I guess it's a little too late to complain now. So, yes, they're saying to take Dorothy with him, but it's too late because he's already taken flight. And so, she's pretty much screwed. Or wait, is that what happened? What happened to Dorothy? I don't really understand this. Is that her in the very background there, or no? What's going on? I don't really know. And what are the camels? What are they doing there? Did they come in from the set of another movie, or what's going on here? Are they on the wrong set? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what the deal is with the camels, and there is a little girl in the background there, but I can't tell if it's Dorothy. And if it is, why is she back there? I don't know, that was a very confusing ending. Yeah, a very odd ending, but a very decent movie, very entertaining. And I'm really glad we watched it today. And I'm also glad it survived all of these years. Yes, and as we know, a lot of films from that era can't say the same thing. So, yes, happy to have this one still around. And very happy to watch it with you today, little creep. And I am happy to have watched it with you. And to all of you out there, thank you for joining us today on this Silent Film Sunday. Please like, share, and subscribe. Right, Captain Adam? Abso-flog-and-lutely, little creep. Keep it locked right here, and we'll see you next time, only on Captain Adam's VHS Pirate Ship.